Howdy folks, my name is Tony and welcome to Tony's Kitchen. This isn't my kitchen. I actually broke into this house and I only have a limited amount of time before they come downstairs and call the police on me. Today we're going to be making Sprite tater tots. I kind of misheard my friend when he was saying something and the idea came to me because I love making terrible food combinations. One of them that I did was cereal with water. That was absolutely horrible. And then I did a marshmallow with sriracha sauce, which wasn't that bad. But on today's recipe, we're going to be making home fries and then making a Sprite glaze and putting it on those home fries and seeing how it tastes. I don't have very high hopes for this recipe, but we're gonna find out. So, what is the recipe to making Sprite tater tots? So, step one is to get your Sprite and a pan and put a copper to a Sprite into the pan and then put that on the stove. Let it boil. We're doing this first because we have no idea how long it's going to take for the Sprite to boil down to a glaze that we can use on our tater tots. Step two, for the tater tots. Wash your potato that looks like a literal lump of dirt. Peel it, cut it up into cubes, throw some oil into the pan, throw those potato bad boys right into the pan, add some salt, add some onion, add some, what else do I have here? Garlic. Fry those until they're crispy. Take them out of the pan, put them on a plate. Step three, come back to your Sprite glaze. Hope that it hasn't crystallized into a hard rock candy because that will absolutely invalidate the entire... So as you can see, if you can see in there, it's yellowish and it seems to be a lot thicker. So I was considering making a bit more, but I think I want to go with this amount. So I think I'm going to let this be on here for another minute and then we'll get to the glory shot of pouring it. Oh, Jimmy, that's some thick sauce you got there. Ooh. Oh, yes. It's like pure corn syrup. I can feel my arteries already clogging with this. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at how thick this is. Oh, my. Oh, Lord, it's like honey. Oh. All right, folks. After an hour or so of preparation, we have finally come to the moment where we get to eat some Sprite tater tots. This is the moment of truth. I have tried the tater tots separately, and I tried a little bit of the Sprite separately. The tater tots, they have, I cooked them in a bit of vegetable oil with salt, onion, and garlic, just a very basic tater tot, and I fried them to a bit of a crisp so that the outside is nice and crunchy. I like mine with a bit of a crunch. And then the sauce, while I tried it, it was very, very warm, but I could still tell that it was this very strong, very sweet taste that tasted like extremely intense Sprite. So we got to pour that all together when the syrup was still a liquid, because now it's just solid. It's kind of sticky. This is going to be terrible to wash off this plate, but that is the sacrifices we make for science. So we're gonna, oh, they're all sticking together. Okay, we're gonna take, yeah, this one right here. Oh, it's all sticky. It's stuck on my teeth. The candy, while not a hard candy, it's somewhere in between a solid and it's very very sticky. That's going to be on my teeth all night. I wouldn't say that it tastes like Sprite. The bit that's stuck in my teeth. It does taste like caramel, and I think that flavor. I think some of the flavor of the Sprite was still there. I think there's just a little bit of lemon in the mixture, but it's predominantly sweet, while the potato is a lot softer. It has salt, onion, and garlic, so it's a lot more savory. I think if I were to do this again, I would take the Sprite off just a bit sooner so that it stays more of a liquid, so that it doesn't get stuck to your teeth so hard. But I think the combination of the savory and the sweet goes together all right. It's not something that... It's not terrible. I don't think I'd go out of my way to do this, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I think the combination of flavors... is interesting, but the textures is where this version of the dish absolutely falls apart, because it's very sticky. The potato gets absolutely washed away immediately before the combination of flavors can really start to get rolling. It's kind of hard to taste the Sprite from the caramel because of the combination of flavors from the potato, but it leaves a general sense of sweetness that I think is alright. For flavor combination, I'd say it's like a 6 out of 10, but for texture combination, it's a 1 out of 10. It's the textures are far too clashing. The entire item doesn't really stay in your mouth for long enough to appreciate both of them at the same time. I feel like I took in 200% of my sodium intake for today, so if I die tonight, F in the chat. Yeah, that's going to be stuck in my teeth for a while, so that's a big downside of this dish. Now, I did save some extra Sprite sauce from it. Excuse me. You see, like, it's not solid, but it's not like completely liquid either. So it holds together in a very awkward way. I'd say if anything, this would make more of a lollipop sort of situation, but it's not hard enough to be that. So it doesn't actually break. If you were to crack it, it just sort of bends. I'd say the best way to enjoy the sauce in this stage would be just to, lick it. It's sugary, but I feel like there's just a little bit of lime and lemon flavoring in there. Now, without the potatoes, without the very, very salty potato, I put way too much salt. It's not bad. It's definitely not pure high fructose corn syrup. So the syrup by itself, it's not bad, but I would take it off earlier in order to give it more of a liquid, in order for it to pair better with the much softer potato home fry recipe. But thank you all for joining me in today's episode of Tony's Kitchen. I hope you learned nothing from this, and if you subscribe, it's your fault.